Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's Mary, and I'm here today with a very, very special interview. Now, one went from flashing her boobs to cheerleader, okay? And then we have Louie. So let's welcome Melissa and Louie, guys. I'm so excited to have you here. Yeah. Okay.
Yay!
My
What's
first
up?
question, okay? Honestly, whose idea was it to sign up for this fucking crazy show?
Okay, I think I randomly
I think you mentioned it,
I
right?
mentioned it
He
to her.
mentioned the show, like that there's a show, and then I said, "Oh my God, I'm going to apply. I should apply." And then I just filled it out, right? And
Yeah,
then I was like, "Oh, I applied." And then a week later, I'm like, "They called me." Right?
yeah, it
And
was
it was so,
unbelievable.
yeah, we were just like, he just mentioned it. I'm like, "Oh my God, we should do that."
I think it's like, how crazy would it be if we were on the show called Love After Lockup?
Yeah.
Like,
And then it was like, "Woo, we're on it."
We're on it. So, do you watch yourselves on the show? Because I know some of the cast members don't even watch themselves.
No, we do, right?
we usually
We usually do. We like DVR it and then we
we'll
watch it
come home because we
yeah,
both work Friday nights.
Right.
So we'll get
yeah,
off of work, we'll come home, and then we'll
try to watch
try
it.
to watch it.
Yeah.
So, do you think the show has helped your relationship or hindered your relationship?
Helped.
Helped. I think helped.
I think it helped 100%.
Because I think it gave us opportunities to, see each other more and,
Yeah.
be together more that maybe we wouldn't have had those opportunities if it weren't for the show. And I guess we had to like spend a lot of time together right away.
Yeah.
So, when you guys watched the show back, like, what's your reaction to hearing some of the things that Louis might have said, Melissa, and Louis hearing some of the things that Melissa might have said? Like, what's your reactions to that?
I mean, sometimes I'm like, "Oh my God, like, I can't believe you said that."
You said that.
Well, no,
You said
no,
that. I say everything back.
no, you do.
She goes, "Oh, snaggle tooth." Like, she
No,
makes fun of me all the time.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's like, but sometimes when we rewatch it, it's like I don't even remember saying
saying
it,
those saying those
saying
things.
those things because it's like you're just in the moment, right? Like the cameras are there, so your first reaction maybe you wouldn't be your best reaction, but it's there. Like so, then when I rewatch it, I'm like, oh my God, like yeah,
yeah. I mean, some of the things I heard, and even some of the things I say, just looking at yourself, you're just like, I don't know, just look kind of crazy sometimes. Like, I really look like that. Like wow, like you,
yeah.
it's just nuts.
So you guys hooked up on Facebook, right? Louis, you sent her a message,
I did when I got a phone at the TC. Like, we went to high school together.
right?
Um, so I ended up sending her a message, and she responded the next day.
So, Melissa, what made you decide to keep the relationship going with him?
I think that like the more we got to know each other, talking on the phone and stuff, that I really saw like something in him, like potential that, if I waited for him or like just to see if the relationship was gonna work, that, I should just give it a chance. Like I just felt like I don't know, like a connection to him. Like it was so easy for us to talk to each other about like everything. And I felt like I got to know him so well that, I had to just, yeah, I'm like, what do I have to lose? Like it's Louis from high school. Like this is
Of
my
course, it's
last
Louis from high school.
opportunity
So,
to
do
be
you
with him.
think Donna is still too heavily invested in your relationship? Because she wasn't happy from the get-go.
Yeah. No, I don't think that now that he's in New Jersey, I think that it's hard for her to be as invested as I'm sure she wants to be.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
if
because of
she
the
was here,
distance,
I'm
right.
sure if she was in New Jersey, I'm sure we would be seeing a lot of her.
Definitely probably would.
But
Oh,
it's
yeah,
just the
definitely.
distance, it doesn't allow it. So, it's kind of like Yeah, and if we were in Georgia, I'm sure we'd be seeing a lot of her.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
we would be living together at the house with her.
So do you guys hang around your family a lot, Melissa, since your family's in the States?
Yeah, I mean, not like all the time, but I mean, I guess, yeah, like holidays, stuff, we spent the holidays with them and
Right.
things like that. So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, if we're gonna, yeah,
I mean,
we
you see
definitely
your sisters and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't, I really don't, but
see my sisters.
yeah, like I
Yeah.
don't, I mean, our schedules are conflicting, like I work the weekends. Her
Right.
day off is, unfortunately, I don't have Sunday off.
Yeah.
So, like, that's the day that she always has off, and I work in doubles on Sunday. So, I don't ever get a chance to hang out with anybody, but it's okay. I'm
Right.
not mad at it. Like holidays, yeah, that's it. I'm not here to
So
make new friends anymore.
I just want to go back to that first time when you met her family, Louie. Okay.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people feel like, Melissa, you didn't stick up for him, the way you should have. Do you feel like that looking back? Like, what do you think about that scene and how do you feel about that?
Um, well, after that scene aired, and then the comments and the feedback were like that me and my family were so mean to him. Like, honestly, I don't think we were. Like, that's just kind of, I think that how they would be or we would be with anyone new coming in. Like, I don't really think that anyone went out of their way.
Sherry?
Okay, but I mean, considering
I mean, what are you
the
doing?
situation, like the situation was, they didn't know he was coming. He surprised me, and I didn't really get to give them a heads up that they were going to meet him. So I think that like the reactions, I mean, how welcoming were they going to be in that situation?
I thought it was gonna be worse.
Like,
I did. I thought it was gonna be like
Okay.
I thought I was gonna be grilled the entire time. But
Did you feel kind of left out to dry by her when they were grilling you and making you feel uncomfortable?
well, I mean, I could have sworn she said if they say anything, I will stick up for you. At some point, I remember her saying that, but
that was like my intention. I was going into it, but then when you're in the moment, it was like then I don't know, I felt like I had to like side with my family.
I get it.
Not like side, but then it was like, oh, I kind of saw their point. No, I mean, I don't know. I didn't want it to be like a whole bigger, like if I would have
Bigger
been,
ordeal?
yeah, if I was like, don't talk to Louie like that, like then who knows.
And then
Yeah,
turn
I don't know.
into
I
this whole
just
family
expected you.
drama thing.
Yeah, I mean, again, I thought it was to be a lot worse than what it was. I thought like me and her dad weren't gonna really get along. Like I'm glad that we got a chance to talk,
Yeah, I
at the
feel like
end.
at the end he,
Yes. Yes,
But
I love that. Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, I feel like, yeah, that's just how my dad would have been probably with, anyone new well, I mean, maybe a little more, but because of the situation, like because
Melissa keeps saying because of the
prison.
situation.
the whole prison and like I think that
I mean, I understand though, if you think about it, right? If you look at it from the outside looking in, your child, your sister is dating somebody who was just locked up for 10 years.
Right.
They started talking while they're in a transition center. Like, I get it. I understand. I see it. I see it. You know what I mean? I see both sides of it. But I mean, it could have been a lot worse. I feel for the situation, they were pretty accepting. I mean, why wouldn't you have your guard up, right?
Yeah.
I try to
and
see
that
things
was
from
like
both
the
sides.
first time. So I feel like it was, yeah, like if I would have if we would have known he was coming, maybe I could have like prepped them or I could have,
Wrapped them.
well, I don't know, been like, all right, guys, take it easy,
Yeah,
really-
exactly. Be nice.
right. There just wasn't enough time. So it was just like their initial, reaction. And like my other, like Chevy really, she didn't even know he was there. So then it was kind of like, wait, what the, like,
What are you doing here?
yeah, what I mean, maybe the way she said it was a little rude, but she was really wondering what he was doing there.
Surprise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, Melissa, you know that there's a saying, it's not what you say, but how you say it. Okay. Do you think that you are condescending to Louie, even though your intentions are good, but like as watching yourself back and hearing yourself, do you think you have a tendency of being condescending? Maybe a wee bit?
Bitch. Yeah. Um, I'm like, oh my God, what a bitch. But yeah, I mean, I feel like I am like that, like now.
Every day.
No, it's like I just don't. It's like the words just come out in like you know, a bitchy way, right? I know. So, but
Yeah.
then like I feel like because it's like my first reaction, and then if I like have to think about it and rephrase it,
Right.
I can do it better. But unfortunately, with the show, it's like the cameras are getting the first reaction, and it's like in our real life, maybe if like I start to say something, I will try. What if you like call
This
me
is
out?
something you have to work on, Melissa.
I know
When you
if
catch
he,
yourself being bitchy, stop, count to 3, and rephrase.
yes, but I'm gonna really try. No, I am moving forward, but the show, it's like it catches the first
The real you.
the
The real version.
I mean, and no, when I watch it, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, what a bitch. But like, I feel like I don't even, in some moments, I'm not like trying to be a bitch. Like sometimes I am trying to be a bitch, but other times I'm not. I'm just
It
like,
just comes across that
comes
way,
out. Right.
right?
She's just a bitch.
Now, Louie, name
Yes.
one thing that you love most about Melissa and one thing that just annoys the fuck out of you about her.
She is probably the best person to have on your side. She gives you tough love, but it's like such a big like motivation for me. Like she saw something in me, like maybe I didn't even see, but like it's always there, and I'm most so appreciative of that because the situation I was in, like she she inspires me, believe it or not. You know what I mean? Even the way she acts sometimes, but like it's always for a good cause. It's a good intention. It's for our future. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
it's not. It might sound negative, but like I know what it's for and what it's about, and like that's what I love about it. Like, I'm not a type of like, I want a real woman on my side. I don't want a pushover. Like, what does that say about a man in my eyes? Is if you have a pushover as a woman, like, to me, that's a weak ass man. So, like, I want a tough ass girl on my side. I want someone that's going to be there when shit gets rough and she's going to stand up. You know what I'm saying? And that's what
Right.
she is. She's a soldier for real. And, like, I love that about her. But as far as the other end, I
Yeah,
mean,
no, what annoys.
sometimes to me it's just like fuck, give me a chance, like, you know what I'm saying, like I'm trying, and then sometimes she just goes in on me, and I'm just like jeez. But sometimes you have to sit back and think about it, like, and then we talk about it, so it's cool. It's like
Right.
communication. People try to ask us for advice sometimes, and I think like communication is so important, like we get off topic sometimes, off communication, but nobody's perfect. No relationship's
Exactly.
perfect. You always have,
Exactly.
but I feel like when we kind of go astray, we always have a tendency to come right back and know where we started from.
Right. So, Melissa, it's your turn. One thing that you love about him and one thing that annoys the fuck.
Yeah,
Um,
one. At least you're like saying one thing.
I scroll. No,
I know.
no. What I love about him is his positivity, his patience. No, really, because he really is like, no matter what, even though I do get crazy sometimes, he's like always can try to see where I'm coming from. But I mean, no, but he's great. Like he is. He's patient, he's supportive, like he is definitely on my side. I just feel like sometimes maybe I know how nice he is, and then I sometimes just push him, like push a little more. Like I like, to get him fired up, maybe.
Light the fire under his ass.
Yes, yes. And what annoys the shit out of me is
There's so many.
no, there's not so many.
Kids.
I mean, but those are just like stupid little things. What annoys the shit out of me? He doesn't fucking sleep and I'm up all night.
I mean, I don't sleep.
Which I think is from like prison, being in prison for 10 years. Like he literally does not sleep.
I thought you were gonna say the fact that I have a hard time focusing on one thing.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just tired today and I'm remembering the sleepless
And
night
yes, the
from
sleep.
That's right.
yeah, but no, but he does sometimes he needs to focus more. But I feel like when I do think about it, it's like that these are all, like side effects from being in prison for 10 years. Like
Right.
you weren't thinking in the real world, you weren't, making goal, like it just was a standstill. So sometimes I, get annoyed easily, and then I have to like remind myself that, you know, it's not like he's
It's not his fault. These are all like the side effects.
right.
And
right.
it was 10 years. It's not like I did like 6 months, a year, maybe two,
Right.
but I was in prison for 10 years. Like that's a freaking decade. That's a long time. So like I guess I did develop habits that I didn't even realize I had. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
especially being
Louis,
around people around you, I guess.
what advice would you give someone that has just been released after being incarcerated for a extended period of time?
My suggestion, my advice is to stay with a plan and a focus and do have goals because like you're gonna get shut down a lot. Okay. Things are gonna get built up. You're gonna think something positive is about to happen, and something's gonna just knock you down. And I refer to that for jobs, definitely, because in my case, it was hard for me to get a job, a quote unquote real job. But as much as they say people don't look at your background, like they do 100%. Just don't get discouraged because like as long as if you did a bid like and you made it through and you're good, like that's such an accomplishment. um Prison is not for the weak-minded person, okay? And the majority of people in there are weak-minded. They fall victim to the game, and like you have to build your mental health. That's so important. Mental stability. And if you don't have that, you're just gonna get knocked down, keep on getting knocked down, and like just following through the same old pattern, in and out of prison, like hustling drugs, doing this. Like, I don't give a shit what it is. Like, you need to completely realize what you just went through and turn your life around, because if not, it's like a revolving door. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like people like, do you get scared when there's a cop behind you? No. You want to know why? If you're not doing anything wrong and you're not breaking the law, there's nothing to worry about. If you're up to something no good, guess what? You're paranoid because you're doing something wrong. Like,
Mhm.
as shitty as it might sound, like if you're working at a bum ass job getting paid minimum wage, guess what? That shit is so much better than not making a dime and being in prison and having your family and whoever supports you. Like, and also too, like anybody who has supported somebody that did time, like say thank you to them. Appreciate all the shit that they did for you, because they are the ones that suffer the most, are the people who support the ones that are locked up. Because all we did, I know I did, mom this, dad this, grandma, you know what I mean? Like, but mainly
Mhm.
mom, but like always sending me money, always asking them to do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but they're living their life. They're trying to survive and support themselves, and they're turning around and they're giving it to me or giving it to them. And like, no, like that's show them like thank you so much. And then just you just gotta change. That's not the life, man. Going in and out of prison, like that shit sucks. Like, just you gotta stay Oh yeah, another thing. Surround yourself with positive people. Like, get away from it. Like, as hard
Yes.
as it might be, stop dealing with the people you used to deal with. Like, change that shit up and disrupt your comfort zone, because when you get comfortable, like I was getting complacent in Georgia. I was getting comfortable. I literally went from working at the pizzeria to living with my mom. That's exactly what I did before prison. And that's exactly what I did when I got out. And it was just like, what am I doing? Like, you got to make a change. You got to take a step forward, because you're just going to fall right back into that shit.
Yeah. So, Melissa, what advice would you give to someone that is in a relationship with someone in prison?
Read a self-help book. No, 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 I mean, I feel like I really didn't know what I was getting myself into, because Louis, seems so quote unquote like normal, like well, like talking to him, it was like I was like, oh, he's not even in prison, but then once he got out, it's like you really have to I think be patient and like understanding of the effects that that time just had on him. Like, even though he came out and you're like, oh, cool, we can like sit at a restaurant and you seem like you weren't just in prison for 10 years. Like, there's still a lot of stuff that you're like, oh, okay, you were in prison for 10 years. Like,
Habits, right?
right. Habits and just like where, like the thing, getting a bank account, getting a car, like
Oh, that's the
all
other thing
the
too.
stuff that
I'm glad
you
said that.
you would, in another relationship with someone who wasn't in prison, like those wouldn't be discussions, right? Because
Right.
all that
Mhm.
stuff would already be there.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I feel like the discussions and arguments that we would have um were not like arguments of a 40-year-old couple.
Right. Right.
Because
Mhm.
and for me, I was like, okay, this is new, because in the past, decade of my life, I wasn't having these types of arguments or even
Right.
thoughts, even
Right.
thinking about that stuff anymore, because it's like been there, so then it was kind of like, okay, now we're like starting over, like, like, okay, you need to do this. How do I do this? How do I do that? So I think that you really have to like be patient and helpful um to try to get them like,
But it's true.
yeah,
Yeah.
to where like I felt like, okay, Louis could do it. He maybe just needed like a little help in the right direction. Like maybe
Right.
he's not. And plus, I mean, let's face it, there wasn't technology 10 years ago. So like
Like
A
when
lot of
everything
things have changed.
everything's an app.
Mhm.
He's like
Yes.
going to do the laundry, you need an app.
Mhm.
You're going to the supermarket, it's self-checkout. Like the
they
banks
had
today.
self checkout before.
Oh, all right.
Like,
Well,
yeah,
okay. Well, the bags, like everything's an app,
Right.
everything's
Yeah.
digital. So, like,
Mhm.
I
A
feel
lot
like
has
just
changed in
that,
10 years.
yeah,
yeah.
it takes them like longer, or
Mhm.
Yeah.
so
So,
you gotta be
Louis,
patient.
how do you like living in New Jersey? How does it feel to be back in Jersey?
I honestly, I love it. I really do. I enjoy being up north. The people, I like the fact that I'm finally like, I made a change. I left Georgia. It just feels good that I'm moving on in my life. I'm
Right.
starting. I don't want to say I'm starting over, but I started a new chapter in my life, and like things are progressively moving forward and up rather than backwards. And I think that's another thing that's healthy and good for our relationship, is that I'm actually doing things in a positive manner. I'm going out there getting multiple sources of income. I'm just hustling and like I'm progressively moving forward. And I just like the food is so much better up there.
It
Gosh,
is, isn't it?
so much better.
Right.
Yeah, it just feels good to be finally like, well, I mean, on my own, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
before I got locked up, like just looking back, like I was in another world, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't really being me. I was just I was on drugs. So like
Right.
that consumed my entire life and I never realized it, but like I was being very selfish and like irresponsible. I was living paycheck to paycheck and never had any money to my name because all my paychecks were going right to my dealers or whatever. So like now it feels good. And that's the other thing I can thank her for too. Like she's really like showed me a way to build my credit. I got 2 credit cards. Like she helped me do that. That's awesome. Like we're moving forward, not
Right.
just in our relationship, but just me becoming like a man. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
even though I'm 42 and you say no, but like I'm maturing drastically and it's good. You know what I'm saying?
So how was the adjustment when you guys first started living together? How was the adjustment? Because Melissa, you weren't living with anyone, and then Louis moved in with you. So how was it those first couple of months?
Couple of months,
We're still dealing.
so so how's the adjustment of getting used to each other?
That's her.
I mean, it's just hard when it's like like, and somebody's
Exactly.
like, I feel like if we would have, like, I don't know, lived together before, I don't know. It's just kind of like, right. We just, it's hard. It's a hard adjustment
For you.
for me. For me, I feel like for him, it was because like where he was, it's like, wow, this is great, right?
Right,
Now we're
exactly.
on our own. But for me, it's like I already had a routine.
Everything's mine. My bathroom, my
No,
kitchen.
but
It's true. I understand where she's coming from.
like for example, like because I get up, I have to be at work at 7:30, so I like to like get ready in my room in my vanity. But now that like he's there sleeping, I have to like get ready in the bathroom.
So she has to
Majority of the
change
time.
her routine.
So I have to like change things that like I don't, I try not to get like I adjust it, I say, but then I'm like, I'll adjust it. But then sometimes I feel like maybe he doesn't realize that I did do a lot of adjusting to yeah, I'm like
Louis
used
like,
to being on my
okay.
own. It's hard when you don't live with someone for a long time. It's hard when you don't live with someone for a long time. He had a lot of roommates for 10 years. You know what I mean? Like he's used to like, bunking with like being around like lots of people. I'm not. I'm used to like throwing my shit, like and Louis is very organized.
Thanks to prison.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he's like a
Make the bed every day.
and I'm just like throw my towel.
Yeah, I get irritated with stuff like that. But
And Louis like, now that's another thing that annoys the fuck out of me about her.
But yeah, he's like, what is this?
dishes, all
He's
this.
gonna get later.
Okay, Melissa, I have to ask you, how do you like your new nose? Because that's all that matters to me. How do you like it?
I mean, I feel like I will be able to like know for sure after a year because it's like it's still healing. So I don't like right now, I don't love it.
Okay.
But I feel like okay, in the year I will reassess when it because they keep saying it takes a full year for all the swelling to go down and even when we were watching the finale, like my nose was so much more swollen then, right? Because that was only like a few months.
Yeah.
Like now I'm like 6 months out, so I'm like
Okay.
halfway.
Okay.
So I feel like it's definitely less swollen than it was on the finale, but it's still, in my opinion, right, has like a lot still more swelling. I mean, it's still like hard as a rock.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like it's very tight. So I'm like optimistic.
Okay.
But like what just a lot of people don't realize is the length of time of a rhinoplasty. Like people think like you get it done.
And
It's just
like 1, 2,
supposed to be the
3.
way you want it to be done. But like that's what people don't realize.
And like those surgery shows are like, a year out. And they're like, oh, like mine was like
What?
right after, like right
Mhm.
after I had to be on TV with my nose. So if it was like a, I don't know, a show about like they wouldn't have done a reveal for like a year after
Yeah.
till the nose was fully healed. And then people like, think that, oh, that's like what it's gonna look like. So, unfortunately, since I was filming it, I
Yes.
had to be on and I mean, you see the comments, people like were ripping it apart, but I wanted it and like I like it better than my old nose, and I feel like confident that yeah, it's gonna it just takes time. And I think that maybe I also didn't realize how much time it was gonna take. But when you look it up, like it's like it really does take a year or so. And like my nose swelled a lot, right? Like it was, so I feel like it has a lot to
I
go
don't think
down.
she would have liked it if they aired right away.
Oh,
Like the
definitely
day
not.
after.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think that would have been bad. I mean,
So how do
Yeah.
you guys deal with all of the social media feedback? All the mean
Well, Louis has
comments?
to deal with it great because everyone loves him.
hey,
He
thanks guys.
loves it.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the support. I really do. I appreciate it very much. I do. Like
Okay,
honestly.
Melissa, how do you deal with all of the mean comments?
I mean, so usually I'm pretty good, right? Like sometimes if I'm in a bad mood
Oh man.
and then like I see, something, it's like then I'm like, um, whatchamacallit, like then I get pissed. And then I'm like, sometimes I do like have to
Just
be
start
like,
commenting. And
but I really like I feel
Getting
like
into arguments with people in the Facebook
yes,
groups.
like I don't even care about the Facebook groups, right? It's like that they come on my page, like you come on my page to like tell me, they think I'm ugly, or it's like it's just really mind blowing that these trolls, like I don't care if they want to talk about me on the show. You're a bitch. You're that. You're this. You're that. Cool. But like, I just don't understand where they think it's okay to like rip my looks apart from head to toe on my page.
and
Telling
then them not being like no, like I'm not trying to say this in a rude way, but like you'll have girls or women, whoever it is, talk shit about her, and like then you look at them and you're like, who the hell are you? Like, how can you, of all people, say something about her?
I mean, it's
That's the only thing that like.
I mean, it doesn't get me like offended, like, like, oh, I just get mad. Like
Right.
it's like
You're
it
like, who
gets
the
me
fuck are you to come
right.
on my
Get off
page to
my
talk crap?
fucking
Right.
page. Right. Get off my page. Like, oh, you're, like, right. You could say all the things you want regarding the show.
Right.
I'm a bitch. I'm stupid, whatever. Leave Louis alone. Run, Louis, run. That's going to be our motto. Run, Louis, run. But, right. I
You're
just
gonna put
feel
that on
like
the t-shirt.
yeah.
We've been talking about it.
But yeah, it's just like, all right, I don't know. To just, it's like you just have to have your insecurities like phew, and it's
Right.
like I don't think that other people would like that if it was done to them, but yet they think it's okay because I signed up for the show and we're on TV, like they'll say like this is what you signed up for. It's like, well, no, I didn't sign up for you to like come on my page and tell me that I'm ugly, or I'm old, and whatever else they fucking say about me.
Louie, I want to talk about your social media and your motivational videos. Like today
Oh,
is Turn Up Tuesday.
turn it up Tuesday. Good morning. Yes, yes, yes. I just I'm just very high energetic person, but I want to give a message to people. Like I want them to just feel my positive energy. And like I feel like sometimes people need it, they need like a kick in the ass sometimes. They need that inspiration. And I want to be that person that can do it. Like I really want to help people. I just recently started doing some online like wellness for health and fitness, and that's been going pretty good. So that's something that I just recently started doing. But like the motivational thing still that started last week. But like I want to be consistent with it because I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, like Louie, keep on doing this. Like, and it makes me feel good. It's exciting. Like, I'm really literally like that. Like, I'm not like, good morning, da, 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 and then turn it off. And I'm like, fuck. Like, no, after I turn it off, like, and I stop, like, I'm like that all day, you know, like even when I'm working.
Sometimes I'm like, Louie,
Yeah.
please.
I'm
Please,
just
please.
so people just don't realize like I had a second chance at life, and like I just want to take this for as much as I can. Like, and I want to bring people with me. Like, I want to form like a movement. I want a following, like, and I want everybody else to be positive. Like, I got 10 clients now online, and like they are all like that. Like, I have my own little group chat with them, and every day like we're all inspiring each other to stay positive, to because you know it's people are losing weight. My mom just lost 5 pounds. This lady Rosa just lost 4 pounds, and Sue is losing weight, and Jen, like everybody's losing weight. They're doing it, and I'm so proud of them. But it's like we're motivating each other, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And
Mhm.
I'm just trying to get more people to believe in me, because I want to help people. Like, I spoke at a school recently, a couple, like maybe like a month and a half ago, like telling them my story. And I just was so surprised on how engaged people are. And so like, I just want to keep my word and keep it consistent, because that's what people look for. They look for consistency. And I don't want to let anybody down, let alone let myself down. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to motivate people. I mean, life is too short. You got to appreciate shit, man. You got to appreciate what there is out there. You know, there's so many people that are depressed and down, and you got to get out of it. Like, you got to start doing things for yourself. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. People don't. A lot of people I've been talking to, bad relationships, or depressed, they've gained weight. Like, that's the major thing that I've been talking to a lot of people about. It's like they're going through a breakup, a divorce, something traumatic happens, and like they just lose it themselves. But like, you got to get out of that. You know, what's most important is you are important. Like,
Yes.
and I'm trying to like, I want people to know that like you are important. Like, if you don't like something about yourself, fix it. Like, and then I want to be that person to kind of help them jumpstart that. Like, I know if you can recognize it, then make a change, you know? And that's the type of people I'm trying to bring aboard, and like, and it's working so far, you know? And that's just, I want to motivate people. So it's just, I love it. I want to give a positive energy, give positive messages every day.
He could be like a motivational speaker.
I would love to be, you know?
Okay, so now I have a question for both of you guys. Who does the cooking? Okay? Because Melissa, your cooking was under scrutiny. Okay.
I know. Yeah.
She cooks.
I mean, no, I dabble. I dabble.
She cooks great. Honestly, straight up.
Having
I'm probably good at steak. Like, that's the only thing I've cooked here, steak. And
Okay.
I think I've made like a
I mean, no, I
chicken.
try to find recipes, and I try, like, okay, right, I know my meatballs were, I mean, I have not made meatballs, right? I haven't made meatballs, but I try to like find easy recipes.
She
I try to
cooks
find
very
easy
healthy and
recipes.
delicious. When it's not like time, like she'll cook like what did we make last night? Or what did you make last night?
Oh, a
A
bake.
sushi bake.
But I found on
Absolutely
TikTok. But I
delicious,
found on
delicious.
TikTok.
Okay.
Make salmon bowls, good. Stay
But
away from
easy
the
stuff, like
Italian.
in the air fryer. Like, yeah, I haven't. Yeah, I'm not like, I haven't tried again to do like a meatball or like Italian food like that. I really haven't. Right? I know. I just don't have time. I'm always like looking for like a fast meal during the week. Like, throw the
Right.
chicken in the air fryer, throw salmon in the air fryer. Like, I'm not making
But it's
a
good.
gourmet
I
meal
love
over
it.
here.
Yeah.
And it's awesome because I'm not gonna lie to you. I come home from work and she's in bed. Like, if she cooked dinner, it's usually out or in the microwave ready for me. So like, I appreciate that very much. Like, she's awesome.
Having a meal for you every night when you come home from work.
Not
It's
every
like-
night, and unless if she has to work her other job, no. But when she has the night off, yes, that's what she does.
So what do you guys do on a night off when you guys are both home? I get to hang out together.
Which is where we try to make sure that we have a date night every week.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I had said and I suggested when I first moved up here, was that we need to at least have one night whenever we can, excuse me, to have our night.
Yeah,
you know?
we'll like go out to dinner or
Yeah.
yeah, I usually go out to dinner because
Mhm.
I like going out to dinner.
Melissa,
Yeah, we
like, I
go.
like
We,
going
we,
out
we
to
do. We
dinner.
spend when we can. We spend time together. We go out.
Yeah.
We like to have a
And
good.
he has been forcing me, unfortunately, to go to the
Oh,
gym.
and also too, we go to the gym.
I was gonna
Usually
say,
every
Melissa,
Sunday
how do you
morning we
stay
go to.
fit? So you go to the gym
So we
with
go to the
Louie.
gym usually every Sunday morning, and then sometimes when if I'm off and she gets off at night, we'll go after she gets off of work. We'll go to the gym and work out together. We would like to do 3 nights a week, but that's not always in it. But definitely once. Usually Sunday mornings we go together.
But he goes like a lot.
I try to go at least 4 days a week, at least.
That's a lot for me. I'm like 4 days a week.
I know, that's like another job. That would be another job for me.
Sometimes I go twice, so I will sacrifice. I might go in the morning, and then if I know we're gonna go at nighttime, and I gotta make sure we'll go at night, right? There's times I'll do that. Go in the morning, do my day, and then when she gets off of work,
Yeah,
we go back.
twice in one day. Like I couldn't even be paid enough money to do that.
Melissa's like, no way.
But we have fun. She's hard. Sometimes she wants to quit, but she's a pusher. You know what I mean? She's really competitive. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of fun. But she gets irritated because I try to add stuff. I try to add things to it, and she's like, "We didn't do that last time, or we're not
We
doing
didn't
that."
agree to this. What's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah. I need to know in the beginning what I'm in for, and like,
Yeah.
And don't you dare add anything.
exactly.
Are there any misconceptions out there that either one of you guys would like to clear up now when you have the chance?
The only thing that my misconception that I don't really like talk shit back on media on social media. Like I don't respond. But there was the one girl, lady, I don't know who it was, that really pissed me off. That kind of said that it's easier to get clean in prison than it is on a street. And like, I'm telling you straight up, it's way easier to get drugs when you're locked up. Okay, so, hands down. Especially if the prison or wherever you're at, if they have like, it's so easy just to lay there and call for it. Like so, for somebody to get clean in prison, like that's regardless. If you're getting clean, you're getting clean. Like that shit pissed me off, and I don't usually respond, but that irritated me a lot. What else? For my end,
No, I think that's
1 year for the rhinoplasty to be healed. Okay,
Yes, yes, 1 year. So we have to
it
wait a
doesn't. It's
year.
not the next day you get surgery.
Louis not a
But-
mama's boy, like everybody wants to say and think that Donna's like sitting right in
I
between
mean,
you guys.
no.
it's not that I'm not.
Mary, he is.
It's
He
not
is,
that I'm not.
Mary,
I would
he
say
is,
I
he
am, but it's like me and my mom are very close, you know, and like I don't when she's around, yes, but like now that I'm here, like I definitely talk to her like once a week. That's it. It's not like, you know, like like I'm on my own. I'm doing my own. Like I'm doing very well. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not. I used to be very dependent on her. I was, you know, and yeah. So it's not like that anymore. I'm trying to think of anything else because there's stuff that comes up and I'm like, no, this is not.
I mean, yes, I am a bitch.
Melissa's like,
That's
yes, I am a
true.
bitch.
What you see on it, that's really her.
I'm gonna work on.
I love her. I mean, I'm
Louis
very
like,
much in
she's
love
my
with her.
bitch. And
She's
Yeah.
my bitch. That's it, straight up. And I know, like I like the things I'm doing online right now. Like I've gotten people thinking like I'm scamming. Like I'm real. All my profiles are me.
Oh, like they don't think it's really
Yeah,
Louie.
like it's
They
really
think
me.
it's like
you
a
know what I'm
fake
saying?
account.
right.
Like, and this shit is
Yeah.
legit. Like people are losing weight, you know, and I'm hoping to, you know, make something of this.
Oh, what are you pointing? Oh, I thought you were pointing
No,
at me like
I'm
I'm hoping to get her.
I'm just hoping like this is something that I'm very passionate about. Like I want to do this.
Right.
Like I want to train people. I would love to do one-on-ones, but if I can't, like we can do this 100% remotely. Like, and it works, you know. So I'm just trying to think about anything in the past that misconception.
How about you, Melissa?
Yes,
Can you
yes,
think
she
of
did
anything?
get me sent back to prison, by the way.
Yeah. No, I don't. Yeah, I feel like other than the nose.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I can't think of any.
I don't. Yeah. But I mean, not even that's a misconception. I mean, I don't know. Do you think it looks better now, Mary, or it still looks as bad as it did in the finale?
I actually think it looks better because in the finale it looked really,
It
really
was very,
swollen.
yeah,
Yes,
really
like
small.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely going down.
right.
But I mean, yeah, the finale, like when I, because like you look at yourself
Especially
every
when they
day,
put up the
the
before
before.
and after, I was like, whoa.
I know. And
But also too in that picture though, hold on a second, because I seen that shit, right? Here's the difference. In the one, she's looking like this. And then the pair two, she was up a tad. So when she if you look up, it's
Right,
obviously gonna look worse. But yes, before and after, like
yeah, that was the bad one. And even like, okay, like I look at myself, I see myself every day. So it's hard to see the small changes, right, in
right,
my nose. Cause like I just think it looks, like it did in the finale. But then like when I won't see my, like I saw my family on Thanksgiving and then on Christmas, and then they were like, oh, it looks different like in those 4 weeks or whatever,
right,
So
right,
I think it is like the change is slow, but now like when I looked at the finale and now when I look in the mirror, I'm like, okay, I don't think it's that swollen anymore. Like I think it definitely went down,
right.
but we're just hoping for a little more.
yeah,
Yes.
or this should go up. That's it.
Yeah.
Boop.
So before I let you guys go, do you have a final message that you want to give to fans? Louis, I'll let you go
um
first.
I just want to say that I really, really, really appreciate everybody. Especially when I see him in public, like saying hi to me, like now, like it makes me feel good, you know what I mean? Regardless. I actually spoke about this today. I never in my entire life would ever think from what I used to do and where I was at, where I am now. It's just absolutely incredible. And I just want to say thank you for the support for everybody. Like, even the ones that hate on you, right? They follow you, right? So,
Right,
guess what? Like, it's cool. You know what I mean? Send your hate messages because I don't hate you. I don't hate anybody. I bring nothing but positivity for me, for her, for us. Like, and we appreciate it. If you guys ever see us out, like come up to us. We're cool with it. Like again, we got no problem with it. It makes us both feel good. I really love the support. I know she does.
yeah,
But
no,
like
I
even when
do.
you hate, like you're still like it's really like someone told me when people are hating on you, you're doing something right. You know what I mean? Like there's no
that is the
reason to be
truth. Yep.
jealous. You
Hmm.
don't be jealous. There's no reason to like I'm just thankful I had a second chance in life and this is where we're at and like I love it. She loves it, but I don't think we let it get to us like other people might. I mean, I just go about my day regularly though. I don't think any different like but I do want to pass along this positive energy and like words that I have because like if you're going through any sort of recovery, like you can do it. You know what I mean? And if you're in a relationship with somebody who's struggling with addiction, like I hate to say this shit, but get out of it. They're only going to bring you down. I mean, it's going to be hard to tie it off, but like, it's not worth it. I've had a couple people, and I appreciate another thing too. Thank you for opening up to me. I get messages with people telling me their stories of life, and like, I try to give advice to them. Sometimes I'm scared because you might tell somebody, hey, break it off with them, and something crazy might happen, but like,
Right.
you gotta just cut them loose because you might want to help and help and help, but you're really hurting. You're enabling, and you just need to like go about your life and move on because they're just bringing you down. But I love you guys. I love all of you. Thank you very much for the support. Any questions about health, fitness, sobriety, mental health issues, whatever it is, like I'm here for you. I'm gonna give you nothing but
Hit him
honest,
up.
positive opinion.
Louis is here for
Please
you
hit me up.
guys. Louis is
If he
here.
bit starts flooding in, like I will get to you at some point. But like I promise you, I'm just gonna be blatantly honest with you and give you my opinion from my experience. Like, I don't have a degree in shit, but I have real life, real world experience,
Street smart.
street smarts with
Street smarts.
addiction, with
Yes.
enablers. Like my mom, some like they enable me. Like I can tell you honest opinions about a lot of stuff, and like yeah. So, but thank you.
Melissa, your turn. What's your
um
message?
No, my message is, yeah, watch out for us because this is only the beginning. And I think that, we have a long way to go and that, we're gonna surprise everyone, I think. Like everyone thinks like we're not gonna make it, right? Like that's what
I'm
I
betting,
think. Like
yeah.
everyone thinks like, we're not gonna make it.
I'm gonna go back to jail. Like,
Right,
no, we
or,
are gonna be
you know.
that small statistic. We're
Yeah,
gonna be
like I
that
feel
small.
like
It's gonna be-
I won't like hopefully.
Hopefully. Here we go. We're already having doubts.
No, but I just feel like, yeah, we're gonna power through all the negativity and we're gonna come out on top.
Here's to some of the fans. Please don't DM me no crazy pictures. Please. Please. Thank you. And I won't be dumb enough to hit open either, right? Photo, I'll hit open like an idiot. And I'm like, oh my God. But yeah. Some of that stuff's crazy.
He really likes it, Mary. He's gonna put it up front because I'm here. He's like,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like, no. Thank you
But I
so
am
much,
gonna tell her,
guys.
I'm gonna tell her, I tell her everything. I tell her right away, like, hey,
You're like,
guess what I just
look
got?"
what I got.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Well,
But
thank you so
no,
much, guys, for
thank
joining
you.
me.
Thank you, Mary.
You guys are one of my favorite couples. Crack me up, especially when Louie was driving you home. That was my
Oh my
husband.
God.
That was my husband, totally, the way he drives.
But hold on a second. I will say this. Let me clear this up. That was straight up for real because my
I know,
struts
you don't have to
and my
tell me.
shocks, they were gone. Like I didn't have there was nothing. Like I needed new
Okay,
struts.
Mary, but I've been telling him before that he had to get it fixed, and he's like, "No,
It'll be all right.
said it's fine. They said it's fine." I was bouncing around like a fucking rag doll in that car. Like I was like, "I'll walk." Like literally, I'll walk.
Like that was really
I was like, I really just got out of surgery, and I'm like, in the fucking car, like I was
Holding
like,
on for dear life.
We didn't car. That was.
that was funny. That was funny.
Oh, goodness. Well, thank you, guys. I wish you all the best.
Thank
And
you.
you.
hopefully, looking forward to seeing you on TV again soon. Crossing my fingers.
Hopefully.
Please,
Hopefully.
fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Okay, thank you, guys.
All right.
See you next
Bye.
time.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.